You know, the first episode, I was very sure of myself. This time, I'm not. Everything seems suspicious. Well, hello, and welcome to the second episode of Ilva Cooks. For those of you who haven't seen the first episode, this is a show where we have fun in the kitchen and talk and chill and try to make just tasty, interesting type of recipes. For today's video, I will be making a chocolate layered cake. Now, if that doesn't sound extra enough, wait till you see the picture, okay? Just wait. The recipe is from this book, My Vegan Travels. It was gifted by a friend. And I was going through this book thinking, okay, what could I make for today's episode? And then I see, are you ready? This. Look at this. Look at this. Tell me this is not extra. Just tell me it's not. Because you would be lying. This cake looks so good. And when I saw this, I was like, yes, this is what we will be making. But before we get started, press that like button if you also feel like cake and chocolate are two words that go so beautifully together. But now let's get into this video. Okay, so let's get started. We have all of our ingredients there. And I'm reading the instructions and we have to start by mixing together soy milk, vinegar, oil, and sugar. So let's do that. So, soy milk. Okay, we have to mix 2 cups of soy milk. I hate when you shake something and you don't hear it shake. What is that? So, how has everyone been? All my 93 subscribers, at least that's the number at the second. That's 100. Me personally, I've been good. Recently, some positive things happened in my life, which I'm very, very excited about. I wanted to do these Ilva Cooks for some time now, but I didn't know if anyone else would be interested in seeing me or looking at me cooking. But then I thought, you know what? I have to create stuff that I love, that I'm passionate about. And the ones who get it will be the ones who get it. Okay, enough talking. If I continue to cook at this pace, because you see what I'm doing? Like I can't make something and talk. I have to stop, talk, and then make so, shh, that's it. Let's continue. So that's, so 135 milli, that's a lot of oil. Damn. Because look, oil has 900 calories per 100 milliliters. This right here has 900 calories. Wait, no, really? No. Really? What? No, what? Listen, I'm not a fool. I know a little bit about nutrition. I know that oil has a lot of calories, but I just couldn't believe the fact that this little pot right here has 900. But listen, what are we even talking about? No. On this show, we don't care about calories. We care about having fun in the kitchen. Doesn't smell like anything. And the last one is sugar. We need 300 grams. So that's about 100, 300. And now let's whisk it all together. And it says that we need to leave to curdle for 5 minutes. Curdle. That sounds cute. Let's just leave it right here. So we have flour, cacao, soda, and baking powder. Oh, do you know what I just realized? I forgot to switch on the oven. So let's do that quickly. Let's switch on the oven. Okay, 180. Done. Let's continue with our recipe. Okay, so let's start with the flour. Okay, now we need to add the internet at least says that to make this into self-rising flour, we need to add about 3 teaspoons of soda. I hope this works. I really, really do. So 1 cup of cocoa. Jesus. Listen, this cake has a lot of cocoa. I wonder, what's the difference between baking soda and baking powder? Well, baking powder contains baking soda. Sift the flour, the cocoa, all of the ingredients 3 times to aerate. Aerate. What does that word mean? It spells A-E-R-A-T-E. Aerate. How do you even pronounce that? Google. Aerate meaning introduce air into. Okay, let's introduce some air. But it says that we need to sift it 3 times. What does that even mean? I did it already like 5. Just 3 times? What are you talking about? I'm doing it 20 times. It says to mix together gradually but quickly and make sure there are no lumps in the batter. Okay, gradually but quickly. Ooh, do not put such pressure on me. Okay, gradually but quickly. Oh, I can't do this quickly. No. I'm gonna do this steady, okay? I can't do this quickly. I can't. Oh, it's like so, do you see it? Just a cool consistency. Okay, you know the interesting thing is, when I showed you this picture right here, like, what do you think? How big the cake is? Guess. Just say it out loud now, if you're alone. If you're not alone, still say it out loud. Because when I looked at this picture, I was like, oh, it's probably, you know, this big, right? Like this big, this big. And then I read it's a 15 centimeter cake. So it's this big. It's like a small cake. We're supposed to bake 4 layers separately, but I have a tiny baby oven. I cannot fit 2 layers, I think. And so we're gonna bake them 2 times and put the first layer in, the first 2 layers in, and then the second 2. Also, I didn't want to buy new pans just for, you know, this video, especially if they're 15 centimeter pans that I'm not gonna use. And then I realized that I have these 2 little pots that are exactly 15 centimeters. So I will use them as my pan. Let's pour it into the pans or my little pots. We're gonna bake them for about 25 minutes. And now let's make the buttercream. Okay, for the buttercream, we will need the margarine, the icing sugar, a little bit of soy milk, and the cacao powder. The reason why I froze is because I started to think about, this seems a lot, like 600 grams of margarine for a cake this big. Did I miss something? See, this is why I don't follow recipes often, because sometimes they don't make sense to me, but we're learning how to do it, so let's just do everything the recipe says. And now we need to add 2 cups of icing sugar. I'm probably not gonna add all 300, just because, I don't know, does it need that much? This has so much in it. Wow. I made a mess again. You know, ever since the boyfriend tag video where Gus says that my annoying habit is that I can't do stuff if something isn't cleaned up, it got stuck in my head, and now I pay attention to it every time because it is so true. I can't, I need to clean it up. 4 tablespoons of soy milk. I need to put my chair higher. Will you see me? Oh, now I'm out of frame. Let me just take that a little bit higher. Now, great. Okay, and now the 75 grams. About this much? Hopefully. You know, the first episode, I was very sure of myself. This time, I'm not. Everything seems suspicious. And I also am worried that because the pans are so small, that the cake will be too small. But as I said, we'll just make an extra layer. Let's make it a tower. Let's make it super cool. You know, I guess I'm done. Looks something like this. This is our buttercream. I don't know. Okay, now that this is done, we're gonna put it on the side and make our ganache. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Wait, let me check. Is it Ganache? Ganache? I don't know. Let's hear it.
Ganache.
Ganache. What did I say? I said ganache. Okay. Wait, let's hear it again.
Ganache.
Ganache. Ganache. So let's make our ganache. Okay, to make the ganache, we need to put the cream in a pan and bring to boil. So let's do that. Okay, now we just bring this to boil, and then we're going to add 225 grams of chocolate. Let's make this chocolate into smaller pieces. Okay, so it's starting to boil slowly. I'm going to quickly remove the cakes from the oven. Oh my gosh, can you see how much they've risen? It's not, I'm not mad at it. It's just, I'm supposed to layer it. How big will this cake be? Ah! Okay, but they will kind of push back, right? I hope. Okay, this is starting to boil. So let's turn this off. Let's put in the chocolate pieces. Okay, the chocolate is melting. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, this actually looks pretty amazing. Okay, now let's deal with these. I don't even know how to call them. Okay, here comes the second batch. I decided not to bake the 5th or 6th layer because these are already very thick, and it's just, I feel like if I make it any taller, it's gonna fall down and make a huge mess. So we're dealing with what we have. Also, do you see how black this looks like? But I don't think I burned it, so I don't know. Maybe too much cacao, who knows? Not really working this time, so maybe we need to let them cool for a little bit. Do you realize how tall this would be? This is only 2 layers, so it's gonna be like this tall. Nope, nothing. Okay, let's just wait then for them to cool off. We have the buttercream, and let's just start with the first 2 layers, okay? The more I bake, the more I realize how this is such a skill. I mean, listen, we have so much of this buttercream. How? I don't get it. How am I supposed to use all of this in this one tiny cake? This is just ridiculous.
Ridiculous!
Oh my gosh, what am I even making? Can you see this? What even is this? What counts is the thought, okay? We're supposed to slather it on the sides as well. It's melting and the butter is... I can't. Oh my gosh. It's falling down. I feel like, should I maybe put the cream in the fridge? Because it's like melting. It's literally melting. You know what? Let's just pause this. I'm going to put all of this in the fridge and then I'm gonna continue, okay? Okay, it's been about 15 minutes. Let's just continue with our cake because obviously we have what we have, okay? I don't think it's gonna get any better. Let's just see. Why did it work with the first two and it's not working anymore? This is hard. Baking is hard. Why do people do it? Okay. This is what we got. Okay. This one is good. Let me just clean up real quick, okay? Okay, let's continue, shall we? Let's put on the next part. It's more like a cake burger. Would you agree? It's gonna fall and then it's just gonna be a disaster. First of all, it's melting. Nowhere in the recipe did it say that it would melt like this. Nowhere, okay? Absolutely nowhere. And I was not prepared for this type of melting. And what am I supposed to do now with this? Except cry. What is this? This is not a cake. It's gonna fall and what do I do? Okay, listen. Should I just make like a 2-layered cake, maybe? I'm taking this off. This would not have worked. I am so glad I didn't add the 5th layer. That would have been a disaster. Yep, this is what you get on Ilva Cooks. Everything is falling. It's a huge mess. It's all smushy. It's moving around. Nothing's working. See, do you see what I'm talking about? Look, like it's not sticking. Now we're supposed to pour down chocolate on top. So let's do it. I'm scared. I'm honestly scared, but let's do it. Should we do it? Let's do it. Okay. Is it supposed to be more liquidy? Who knows? Okay, so I melted it a little bit. Let's continue. I don't think I've ever made a bigger disaster out of food than these cakes. Look at the amount of chocolate that's just... Oh wow. Oh wow. This recipe, I'm mad. It was lying. There were so many things I didn't expect and I am mad. Okay. What do I do now with all this extra chocolate? What do I do? I'm making such a mess. Oh my gosh. Okay. I need to pause. Okay, you know what I will try to do? God help me. I will try to put these cakes on this clean. God help me. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. Let's go. Okay. Okay. We did it. Let's try to do the same thing for the other cake. Ah. Look at the amount of like chocolate that's just like wasted. Oh my gosh. Now that I've cleaned up a little tiny bit, I'm going to pour over a little bit of chocolate on top, okay? Like, because it's missing chocolate, right? I can't keep a straight face. I'm crying inside. But okay, let's put it in fridge and let it cool for about 15 minutes and then we'll do the taste test, okay? Okay, the moment of truth is here. Let's taste them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit disappointed. I expected that the cakes would look like they looked in the picture. For comparison, okay, let me show you again. This is how the cake looks like in the picture, okay? And this is how it looks in real life. I already cut a little piece out just so I can taste it, but what do you think? Impressed? Because I'm not. Let's taste it anyways. I cut out a little piece so we could taste it together. My expectations are not high, if you want to know. But as usual, as the first time, the grading system is taste. What else was it? Oh, consistency. And the third one was overall expectation. But after talking to Gus, after the last video I did, he said I should have added mouthfeel. I think it was from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where Boyle had some kind of a grading system for food and he had mouthfeel. I think it's from that show. I'm pretty sure.
They're only 7th in mouthfeel.
Mouthfeel? What is that?
The inside of your cheeks are very sensitive. It's like the inside of your thighs, except with a tongue.
Oh, God.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna try to take a bite where I take all the layers together because we have to know, how good is it? Okay, it's super fatty, super sweet, too sweet for me, but surprisingly, the taste is not bad, Is it the best chocolate cake ever? No, it's not. Is it a good chocolate cake? No, I don't think so. Is it an okay chocolate cake? Yes, it's definitely an okay. Taste. It's 6.5. 6. Consistency. Look at the consistency. When you look at them, it kind of already puts in your brain a low grade because they look bad, but the taste is not as bad. So it's just messing with my brain because I'm looking at them, but then I'm tasting something a little bit different. Consistency, the actual cake, 8, but the cream, 3. It's so bad. I don't like it. So consistency, I've divided it in 2 parts. The cake, 8, the cream, 3. Mouthfeel. Mouthfeel is okay. 6.5. And overall expectation, 4. Again, the overall expectation is a grade that I give myself based on how well or bad I predicted the cake or the food would be. And I predicted that the cake would look exactly like this picture. Stupid picture. Hey guys, it's Future Ilva here. As you can see, I have decided to give this taste test a second try. The day I did this video, which was yesterday, I went to my countryside right after and my sister came to stay in my apartment. And I said if she wants to, she can taste this cake, but I said that it's a mediocre cake because I wasn't happy with it. And like an hour later, she sent me a voice memo saying that that is not a mediocre cake and that she really liked it. So then I thought, was I too harsh? So here I am today, the next day. I will try out the cake again, and I just want to say I think I might have been maybe a little bit harsh yesterday because I was just so sad that the cake didn't look like it was supposed to look like. And the thing about me is when I think about the way something tastes, I always take into account how it looks like. And I think I was so sad the way it looked like that I just decided that I'm just also not gonna like how it tastes. So now today I have, zero emotions about it. I'm neutral and I'm willing to taste the cake again. You see, I think that's another thing. We should have left it to cool. Everything now is tight. Nothing is dripping, away. So I think that was my mistake yesterday. I made everything while it was still hot. It's a good chocolate cake. It really is. Taste, it tastes good. It tastes like a chocolate cake. So 9. And it's not even that sweet. Like it has that bitterness from dark chocolate. I don't know. Today I feel completely different about the cake. I don't know. It's just my sister. The way she said it, I was like, maybe it's good. She also said, it doesn't matter how the cake looks like, it's how it tastes like. But I'm like, it does matter. The texture is very good. Even the creamy side, because it's supposed to like stand like this, you can imagine. And yesterday, all of this was like dripping, and now it's just tight and how it should be. So I'd say 8. Mouthfeel, very pleasant, 8.5. And overall expectation, I'm not gonna give it 4 like yesterday, but still, I'm not happy with the way it kind of looks like. It doesn't look as perfect as the picture. So overall expectation, 6.5/7, just because it doesn't look good, but it does taste good. So there you go, back to present Ilva. You know what I thought to myself? Okay, the cakes look bad, but at least, hopefully, it made some good content. That's kind of what I'm hoping. I was sure of this before, but now I'm even more certain. Baking is such a skill, and to anyone who can make cakes like these and even harder cakes look perfect, just good job, really good job, because I have said this zillion times and I will say it again, baking is not my strong suit. I don't get it. I don't get it. I follow the recipe. I don't get it. Anyways, I wanted to just say to people who do watch me and write to me privately, I really, really appreciate you, and I appreciate the kind comments and everything, but can I just kindly ask, because this is the world of internet and algorithm rules everything, if you do have anything to say at all, no pressure, but if you do, please, 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 could you write that in the comments, because YouTube loves comments and then it just pushes the video up and then I can get more views and more people to see me. So if there's anything you found interesting about this video or anything at all, just write it down in the comments. I love to read comments. I love to see what people write to me. So thank you for hanging out. If you enjoyed this video, press that like button, hit subscribe if you want to see content like this more, if you want to see Ilva Cooks more. Also, let me know in the comments down below if there is a type of food you want me to try next time. I will now go and try to figure out what I will do with these cakes. I'll have to think about it, but thanks for the zillionth time for hanging out with me, and I will see you next week. Bye!